Aloha all, and welcome to my next Let's Play. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and this is Let's Play Crackdown, or as most of you guys will know, the game that included the Halo 3 multiplayer beta. But this game is so much more than that. There's so much more about this game than it just being released with the Halo 3 multiplayer beta, and I want to show you that because this game is one of my favorite games on the Xbox 360. Even though it did sell 1.5 million copies, I still find it to be kind of like a hidden gem of sorts because of the fact that everybody just kind of bought it because of the Halo 3 multiplayer beta and maybe didn't play it so much as they, would have if they were just interested in the game on its own. And I am glad that this game was packaged with the Halo 3 multiplayer beta because a lot more people are exposed to it. But regardless, I still think that more people could know about it. And that's why I want to show it off to you. Okay. Alright, so it's being all lame, telling me I have errors and stuff. And that's okay, because I'm playing on my other account. This is my Let's Play account. And that way, everything is fresh and new. So we're going to go through the campaign, and there are three options. There's tough, ruthless, and psychotic, and probably to the behest of some of my viewers, I'm actually going to be playing on tough, which is basically the easy for this game. And it's for nothing else, no other reason other than the fact that that's just the game that I have the most fun with. It's the one that I like, that I enjoy playing, and I've always played. I can beat all the missions on Psychotic. I've done it all before, but it's just not fun to play as. Like it's too difficult to just have fun. And I feel like this game is all about wacky, zany fun. So anyway, I just scrolled through all the skins of the agents that you can play as. I'm going to just start off as this first guy right here. But if you guys would like to vote on which one you want to see me play as, by all means, post a comment below, and I will take it into consideration. But anyway, we're about to get a brief summary of what this game's all about. So I'll let you guys enjoy that.
It's all gone to shit, and it just keeps rising. Now it's about to hit the fan. With the world on the edge of anarchy, all forms of policing across the globe combined forces to form the agency. But it wasn't enough. Three rival factions now control our capital, Pacific City. The agency is making its last stand in a high-security compound known as the Keep. Access is restricted, and our limited force of peacekeepers can barely hold the fort. Desperate times require desperate measures. The agency is exploiting the work of disgraced scientist Dr. Baltazar Chernenko. His controversial human modification program is now being used to create new recruits for the agency. New agents of justice, capable of unparalleled evolution and regeneration. The agency's first prototype is ready to take to the streets, and not a moment too soon. This is war. A war on crime. Welcome to the agency, Agent. I'm your main point of contact and the closest thing you have to a friend. I'll guide you and keep you informed of the latest agency intelligence to help you rid Pacific City of its three biggest gangs. Your primary objective is to remove each gang's kingpin. Los Muertos' charismatic Don Domingo El Brazo Garcia, the Volk's autocratic Vladimir the Wolf Golyak, and the Shy Gen's enigmatic Wang. Agency intel suggests that you weaken each kingpin's defenses by locating and removing their generals first. It's time to get out into the field, Agent. We have some revolutionary new agency vehicles waiting for you at the base of the Keep.
Okay, so that did a pretty good job of explaining generally what this game is about. And if I do say so myself, I think it's a pretty cool little concept,
The agency garage.
Yeah, I think it's fairly cool. I thoroughly enjoy the premise of this game. And the first thing I want to do is I just want to go to display settings and put on, or maybe it's not display settings, maybe it's audio settings, subtitles. I always want to put subtitles on for you guys, because this guy, our narrator, is going to be speaking a lot during this game, and I really just, I want to wait, let me just make sure that it went real quick. Audio settings. Did it save? Yes, it did. Okay, so he's going to be talking a lot. A lot of the stuff I already know, so I'm not going to be paying any attention to, and more often than not, I'm just going to be speaking over it as well. So, you know, if that bothers you, I apologize right now, and I would suggest, you know, not watching if that's going to bother you a lot. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of dossiers, and I will let you guys listen to those.
Los Muertos, the dead, have rapidly grown from a petty band of Central American drug dealers into a significant narcotics operation dominating the two islands forming Pacific City's east side, a district now known as La Mugre, the Dirt. The gang's death designation was originally chosen to strike fear into those who might dare stand in their way. Now their name is more associated with the consequences of their vile trade. Los Muertos are formidable fighters with remarkable brute strength and brutality to match. They are also renowned vehicle specialists, stealing and customizing the finest cars and vans before using them to great effect in crimes and getaways. Be aware that La Mugre's South Island is packed with rooftops that present an ideal retreat for athletic agents under extreme duress. To ensure a guaranteed supply of weapons and ammunition,
Okay, so, yeah, so our first section is La Mugre, and it is the desired first area to go. But the great thing about this game, and one of the things that I like more than certain other games, is you can really go in any order that you want. There is no set path for you to go, and I think that definitely adds a bit of fun to this game. That, you know, games like GTA, and I'm sure, I'm not familiar entirely with, Saints Row, but I'm imagining that they don't give you that kind of, freedom as well. So, that's one of the things that I really, really, truly enjoy about, Crackdown. And if you couldn't tell already, it is an open world game. And it's pretty amazing. It was actually created by the guy who founded Grand Theft Auto and the game Lemmings, which is another fantastic game for those of you who are interested in great games to check out. Lemmings is an insanely fun puzzle game. I actually own it for the Super Nintendo, and I play it from time to time. But this game is actually just so much fun. A lot of crazy, hectic, cartoonish fun. And I think that's really what was missing for a lot of people when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out for the 360 back in 2008. I think they were used to the San Andreas, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3 era of games, and they were really happy with that, and they didn't want anything to change. And then all of a sudden, you know, kind of went into this more realistic fashion. And not to say that one is better than the other, but you know, there are people and they do have their preferences, and I think that for those people, this game, and I guess Saints Row more so, the Saints Row was kind of the one that took off more so than Crackdown, this kind of filled that gap. I always, when people would complain about it, I was never really too upset because I always had Crackdown to go down, or go back to and fall back on. So, I really enjoy that about this game, that it has that spot in my my memory and my nostalgia, if you will, and for that I always really enjoy coming back to this game. But anyway, so La Mugre is quite the hostile environment, and things can get pretty wild pretty quickly if you let them. And like GTA games in the past, this has a lock-on shooting mechanic that is very useful, and I will obviously be taking advantage of over the course of the playthrough. And among other things, it has a really convenient supply point system that does two things. One, it allows you to kind of refuel. You get your health back and you get your ammo back. But more so than that, it kind of serves as a fast travel system, which I thought was desperately missing from the Grand Theft Auto series. And I really enjoy doing that. Just, shooting back and forth real quick between places. So I'm just going to reload ammo and exit the supply point. And every supply point you get, you add to your skills. If you can see on the left, we have 5 major skills. We have agility, which is the top one, represented by the running man. Driving ability, represented by the wheel. We have explosive ability, which is represented by the bomb. And we have strength, which is represented by the muscle. And then we have marksmanship, which is represented by the gun. And each one is upgraded in its own specific way. And we'll get into that more.
Juan El Número Martinez is the eyes and ears of Los Muertos, and thanks to his loyal bangers, knows everything about anything on the streets. Residing in the heart of the multi-level hillside housing development on La Mugre Southern Island, this manipulative and malicious criminal also holds the Los Muertos purse strings. Martinez puts the gang's ample illegal earnings to especially effective use when threatened, by hiring the best assassins money can buy.
Well, he's going to need some awfully good assassins. So anyway, you're going to get multiple dossier updates throughout the game. I believe it's the same amount for each section, but I'm not going to say that with any certainty right now. But you get the little video that you can replay at any time. You could read it if you are deaf. And you can look at its location and also get a little rundown of some of the things that you might want to take into consideration before tackling it. And that kind of is one of the big draw points for this game for me. There's a bit of strategy that goes into it. If you want to be a real hard ass and you want to try to attack the Kingpin right away, as long as you know where he is, which you can find by exploring the map, so there's a great incentive to explore the map. But if you know where the Kingpin is and you wanna go for it and just try to take him down without taking out any of his generals, then all the more power to you, and you have that option. But it has this nice little trickle-down effect, where like I take out his one of his generals, his bosses. Then I'm going to weaken his thing. And I always thought that was really great. I always thought that that was a fantastic concept, and I feel this game really executes it nicely. And it's one of my favorite parts about this game. And if you just kind of dick around for a little too long, eventually they'll just give you dossier updates to begin with. Like they'll just say, you clearly don't know what you're doing. You're clearly lost. We're just going to let you know where the next general is. Go and try to take him out. And that's also nice because they give you the option of searching around for it, but after a while, if the game feels that you're just taking way too long, they're going to take it away from you and give it to you for free. So there's a lot to explain in this game. Clearly you can see that there's a lot going on. They kind of give you everything all at once, and it's up to you to pace the game at your own discretion. And there's a lot, like I said, to go over. And I will be going over a lot of it when it just becomes prevalent to me, like when I notice it. And we're gonna be doing this game in a decent pace. Like in my Grand Theft Auto Let's Play of Vice City, I kind of didn't really dick around too much. I did a lot of the missions in that game, and that's because there are a lot of missions in Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas, and really any Grand Theft Auto game, that I feel like if I dick around it would take too long. But Crackdown's a little bit more fast-paced, especially when you start to level up your agent. And as a result, I'm going to pace it a little differently. And as such, I'm actually going to be ending this episode right now. We'll get into the thick of things a little bit more in part 2. But I hope you stick around. Crackdown's a fantastic game, and although it might take you a little bit to really see the true nature of this game and how amazing it is, I encourage you to stick with me because it's definitely a underrated game to say the least. So until next time, I'm Paper Mario Guy of the Koopa Ninja Bros. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.